Hey everybody, today is Tuesday. Let me make sure this is on. Yes, it's all on, thank you. Today is Tuesday, 29th of December 2020. Let's see the balance of today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and we're done with the year. So, there's a part of me, this might sound a bit weird, but there's a part of me that's a bit sad sometimes when I say goodbye to a year when the calendar turns over and you become, another year comes along. Um, and I think there's a part of me that also lives in the comfort zone, not the comfort zone of all this upheaval, but the comfort zone of, yes, the comfort zone of, here we go again. You've got to start it all over. In 2021, I will have cracked up another year, which will be 59 for me. And it's also, I think, a good time right now, this week, especially right underneath the full moon, to look at that, to look at how or what within ourselves has changed, where there has been growth and where there has been shifting, and the work that's been done to facilitate it, to facilitate the way us, you and me, individually and together, have navigated all of the twists and the turns, the openings and closings, how we have listened, perhaps reacted, responded, and chosen whatever pathway forward we felt was right at the time. This is also, for me, the time that I am mindful of any regrets. And by regrets, it isn't, we have to be careful. I think that as souls anchored in bodies of the spiritual nature, we're also shown the opposite side of it. We're also given the mirror that looks at the ugly, the part of ourselves that dips into jealousy, sloth, negativity, judgment, all of the things that we wouldn't normally admit to, wouldn't normally tell people about, because we're in this state, a spirit anchoring into a physical body, this is what I truly believe. There's a sort of a bargaining, a reckoning, if you will, that goes on with that. We have to see the not so pleasant, not so nice, not so clean and shiny part of ourselves in order to create the balance and the bliss that we want to find. So the only way really to balance and align and lift and release, let go of, is to dig it up. This reminds me of weeding. I had a conversation with my dad Christmas Day, and he told me, he's 83 and he's amazing. He told me that he went out back at the end of October, November, before it got cold, and he hand dug over his back garden. He likes to grow vegetables. It's his hobbies, things to do. He's a very earthy man, obviously. And he said it helps to bury the weeds. And I didn't think much of it. I didn't think much of it when I had this chat. I found it quite astonishing that here we go. Well, at least here I go. I shouldn't talk about you and I don't know if you garden or not. Buying herbicides, weed killer, squirt, 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 all over the place. Boof, bye, dead, you're gone. Without realizing it, that, oh, I'm poisoning the earth, putting those chemicals down in the dirt. Well, that really can't be good. Little did I know that all you have to do is just turn the soil over and bury the weeds. Oh, when they haven't got any oxygen and their roots are turned up, they've got no choice. Maybe that's why they put those little tiller things on the end of sticks. I know I sound like nuts. I'm not really a gardener, but I love this process of learning, and I love the process of being able to see something we didn't realize, something we might have been unaware of and was just doing. So this is what I love about the end of the year, before we go into 2021 or whatever year we go into. You know, you and I will probably be chit-chatting on here doing this thing 5 years down the road. That's all I've got to say about that. Look at everything. Mostly the achievements, the accomplishments, the things you've done, things that you can be proud of, the things that you can stand up and say, you know what, I accomplished that. I worked for it. I worked through these difficulties. I put light into this area of my life. There was darkness in it. I shed these habits. I shed those habits. And then see how the parts of you that you weren't really sure you liked shone, and you turned it around, made a difference. The more we look at those things where we actually turned things up and over and became positive, I think the better we are aimed at and qualified to move on. All right, the card I pulled today, and I've got some exciting news, and I'm going to read. We're going to do a lot in the few minutes we've got. The Rainbow Prince. Compensation and perseverance. Remind yourself, do it, that when there's a rainbow, it comes at the end of a storm cloud. In this card, it represents the work that you've done, the work that we've all done, how we have seemed to have gone through a lot. Don't deny yourself the gifts and compensations and things that you deserve to have. That's why universe puts pots of gold, or seemingly pots of gold, at the end of rainbows, to let you know that at the end of a trying time, a challenging time, a time that we really didn't think we'd make it, celebrate, compensate, gift yourself with those feelings of accomplishment. Because without patting yourself on the back, without sitting down and saying, you know what, I did this, I actually did this, the reckoning, the balancing is not possible. I read in the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms guidebook, which is what this comes from, that to truly get into the soul of the earth's energy, Mother Earth, all of this actually requires a sort of a step back from the material world. Surely the material world is there for everybody. We can be lured into it. We can be compensated by it. Who doesn't want a new house, a new coat? Who doesn't want to reward themselves with dessert? We all deserve to do it. But if we're on the pathway to enlighten, to lift, to increase ourselves on a spiritual level, there's a piece of the material, yes, a piece of the material level that we have to relinquish, let go of. um so a good example would be, as we enlighten, become more of spirit, more aligned with compassion, with love, more aligned with the purpose that we came here for, there's a shifting away from watching the news. Do we really need a 65-inch television? um do I have to have that zip code to live in? These sort of things begin to go by the wayside. Our need for them, that's better. Our desire for materialism, for this, gotta have it, gotta have. And I've talked about the egoic side of that. The egoic side of it being, you want to become the title on your business card, director of whatever that is, managing director, principal, president, whatever. You stick a title underneath yourself. That somehow puts you in parentheses and makes you somebody, I don't know who. That's always an interesting concept to me. You could be the Queen of England. You've got to ride an elevator somewhere, and someone's in the elevator with you. They may not know that you're the Queen of England. She says hello, he says hello. You just ride the elevator. These are the things that lift us above, not above others, but lift us above, lift us up over that comparison part. Comparison being the thief of joy. Comparison leading to you and me. I am and you are. That's it. That's where enlightening comes into being. Being responsible for what you're doing, how you're enlivening, how you're lifting. So let's see if our book that we've got, and I promise you I haven't opened it already this morning. Let's see if our book, Angels from the Heart, is that what it says? Angels from Above. I knew it wasn't right. Lines up with the rainbow prints and gives us a message for the day. I'm going to open it any old which way. Let's go to this page. Ooh, that looks like my home area, but it's not. It's got to be in the northeast. It's a picture of a harbour. Maybe I want to say this kind of like looks like one of those Cabot Cove places, Jessica Fletcher, if you remember Murder, She Wrote. You know, one of those little New Englandy, Maine type places, little fishing town. And by the looks of the cars here, this might be a 1990s picture. Look at the way she's dressed, he's dressed, whoever's painting that picture. I study stuff like this to say, oh, wonder when that photo was taken. All right. The message is, where you are is where you need to be. Where you are is where you need to be. Right here, right now, today. All right, my friends, let's meditate. Feet flat on the floor. And today, I'm going to bring my palms to the sky. You can bring them face down. You can put them on your lap. You can put one hand in your heart. You can cross your heart. You place your palms where they need to be today. Big breath in. Let out your tension, your anxiety, your frettingness, your whatever that is you want to release and let go of. Pull in power. Let go of insecurities. Pull in universal energy. Release and let go of heaviness. Just allow your breath to come in and out to get your mind, thoughts, your brain cells, all those things that's whirring around. It sort of like looks like a dust storm. Let it all settle down. Bring your mind and your consciousness to the soles of your feet as usual. Press them down into the floor. And very briefly, collect your thoughts to bothersome situations, bothersome people, situations, people, and stories that create a tension. A sense of awkwardness. See it, feel it, forgive it, and then imagine the energy that's attached to it. Remove it from your heart. Release it from your soul. And let the Mother Earth have it to transform it into freedom. And if it's a thought that keeps coming up, you feel awkward about indulging too much, or you've told yourself you've gained 8 pounds and you're shameful for gaining weight, whatever that is, you can make an affirmation, something like, thank you for reminding me my blind spots, or thank you for reminding me of my negative thoughts, whatever that is. And then let it drop down into the earth. Drop down into Mother Earth, nurture it. Let go of the feelings that you have around all of those limiting, debilitating, negative thoughts. Then you can simply say to yourself, thank you for cutting the ties that bind me to negative people, situations, stories, and anything I no longer want or need. Thank you for cutting the binds right now, and see these attachments being literally cut, dropped down through the soles of your feet into the core of the earth. Bring your mind, your consciousness, your thoughts to your heart, the lower part of your chest, the widest part of your rib cage, that area right below your armpits. Fill yourself up with light, and then make a declaration for the rest of your day. Something like, I am the keeper of my mind, my soul, and my body. Wherever love is, light is, abundance is, compassion is, all the things you know to be good You say that fear, darkness, depression, anxiety are strangers. Then you affirm love, light, positive, abundance, health, wealth, compassion, camaraderie, all those good things are here. As you sit quietly, breathing, letting go, releasing, affirming. Be with the energy of the feeling. The feeling of love, the feeling of compassion. Your soul is anchored inside your physical body and is the keeper of your spirit. Your soul and your spirit uses your body to remind you of the things that you need to know. We have the choice to accept or reject everything. Your mind, your body, and your soul has the ability to discern by the way of an emotional connection, a feeling, what you would or should follow, and what would be wise to release. Just continue seeing your body widen with light. Think of the energy of this full moon on the crest of this new earth, this new year, this new beginning. Relinquish and give all your fears, your anxieties, to Mother Earth. Let them be burnt, transformed. With every releasing, we get to replenish. Continue breathing, being with the listening of what you hear. When you feel complete and ready, bring your hands to prayer at heart center to acknowledge where you are. Acknowledge this feeling of wisdom and serenity, of inner peace, of openness, of accomplishment, of balance. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. And together we honor the divine in everybody else as we bow and say Namaste. It seems to be the order of the day to be aware of knowing that fear, the fear of letting go, the fear of giving up, the fear of new, the fear of change is what limits everything. It stops growth, creativity, opportunity from flourishing. If fear is a stranger and love is here, then love, compassion, light, joy has to be our friend. It's quite interesting to me that those who are in light, whether it's a lighted room, sunlight, the energy of the sun, we don't look for darkness. Might look for a little bit of shade, but don't look for darkness. Those of us that are in the rays of the sun, the joys of the sun, don't go around saying, listen, I want to find that dirty dark hole and go crawl inside it. More folks in those dark holes look for the light. The challenge is that the light's always been there, waiting for someone to let go of the idea of the darkness. All right, my friends, it's been a great opportunity. Thanks so much for joining me. 6 o'clock. Go have a great Tuesday. Lots of love and pass all this on if you can. Thanks. Bye.